Hey everyone, in a smartphone world where glass sandwiches have become the norm, there are some companies bucking the trend trying to give us phones that can really take a beating. Ulefone is one such company, and the Armor 7 is one such device. But before we can get into its key features, let's take a look at what's inside the box. The box has a very industrial design that complements the phone's rugged nature. When you open it up, the first thing you'll see is the phone itself. Peel off the plastic and you'll see two stickers in the front and back of the phone showing off a bunch of its features. It's pretty heavy, and with the plastic back and rubber corners, it seems nothing like a standard phone. Under it is a SIM unlock tool, and under that is a second tempered glass protector, just in case the pre-applied one breaks. There are some instructions listing some of the phone's features, and under that is the charging cable and wall plug. Surprisingly, the box includes a wrist strap. I find these quite fun, and I've missed them on regular phones. There's a couple of adapters here too. There's a micro USB to USB-C, a USB-A to USB-C, and a headphone jack adapter because surprisingly, this phone has no 3.5mm jack. That is a lot for a phone to include nowadays. Perhaps the only thing missing is headphones, but then again, it did include a 3.5mm adapter, which is something that a lot of companies are starting to leave out these days. In any case, I'm Angie for GSM Arena, and these are the key features of the Ulefone Armor 7. The Armor 7 has a rugged design that's as far from svelte as you can get. The back is plastic, the sides are aluminum, and the corners are cased in rubber. You could probably use the phone as a frisbee and it'll survive, although I wouldn't really recommend it because it's quite heavy. It's rated to survive a drop onto concrete from a meter up, and it has IP68 water resistance. Although it's unclear whether you can use the phone in salt water, the Armor 7 has an underwater camera. On the back you'll find a triple camera setup and a massive flash that can be quite blinding. There's also a little plastic bridge that allows you to attach straps to the phone. The right side of the Armor 7 holds the volume buttons, the power button, and a separate fingerprint sensor. On the left, there's a customizable button that can launch anything from YouTube to the flashlight to the camera. The 6.3-inch IPS LCD has a full HD resolution. There's a water droplet notch at the top and the corners cut into the screen a little, but other than that, it seems to be a nice display at first glance. It'll be interesting to see how it fares in terms of sunlight legibility. The Armor 7 has a solid mid-range chipset and 8 gigs of RAM. That should be more than enough for daily use and the occasional gaming. The phone has a huge 5500 mAh battery that should have spectacular battery life. You can get 15-watt fast charging with the cable in the box, and the phone also supports wireless charging. The triple camera setup is a more unusual one. There's a 48-megapixel main camera, a 16-megapixel camera for low-light photography, and an 8-megapixel telephoto lens. We'll put the low-light cam to the test and see whether it really makes that much of a difference. Overall, the Armor 7 is built like a tank, and it includes pretty much every feature you can think of. However, we definitely need to do some in-depth testing to see how this phone handles day-to-day usage, and see if all those extras are gimmicks or actually useful. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and we'll try to get to them in the full review. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you guys next time.